Well, hi there, everybody. How are you? Give me just a minute. Let me get my other one in check over here. Hold on, everybody. Let me make sure everybody's on here. Hold on. Let me make sure everybody's here. Hey there, Miss Walker. How are you doing, ma'am? Can you hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Hello, everyone. Well, hey there, Christine. How are you? Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Good evening to you all. Good evening to you all. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, everyone. Hey there, Renee. How are you, Elizabeth? Hello, hello, hello. You guys can hear me okay? Hey there, Bonnie. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Give me 1 second. I am also including Clubhouse tonight. So you guys give me a minute. Let me add Clubhouse to the game. Give me just a minute. Hello, everyone. Hello, good evening, everybody. We're going to give everybody a chance to come in here. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Telsha, how are you doing? Hello, Humanist. How are you doing? L&M, Cindy, Miss Dew. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. Good evening to you all. Good, good, good. Good evening from Florida. All right. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much, Sabkawai. Sabkawai. Hopefully I said that right. How are you? How you doing, Joanna? How are you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the room. Can you guys see me okay? Everybody can see me okay? Hi there. Well, hi, Bonita. How are you doing, ma'am? Hello, is it Orlencia? Orlencia, hello, beautiful. How are you doing? Hello, I'm just welcoming everyone into the room. Thank you guys for being here. Hello from Vancouver. Hello, Vancouver. Hi, Dawn. Hi, is Justinia. How are you doing? If you guys will give me just a moment, I'm just giving greetings to my other platforms. To all of you, hello to Periscope, all of my YouTube family, Facebook. I have Instagram on tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Shanti. Thank you guys for being here. And we have included Clubhouse. Clubhouse is here for the evening. This is Clubhouse will be my first time broadcasting on Clubhouse. So those of you that are on YouTube, those of you that are on Facebook, those of you on Periscope. Hey, Ernestine and Solomon. Thank you guys for joining me. If you guys give it a minute, trying to give some people an opportunity. Hey, Mr. Keith, giving some people an opportunity to come into the room. Hi, Brenda. How are you doing, Barbara? From Connecticut. Welcome, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. On my Clubhouse, I disabled the hands up feature just momentarily because of the fact that I wanted to come on and just introduce myself. I am Dr. Carmen Bryant. I am the host of Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. I'm a licensed mental health counselor. I am also a certified clinical trauma professional. My niche is, hey, Quiana. My niche is I deal with people that have been victimized by those individuals that have narcissistic personality disorder. And so I have another platform. Hi, Miss Lisa. You guys are beautiful. You guys are some beautiful women. So I'm on other platforms as well. Right now, I have disabled the hand raising portion of the Clubhouse. But for those of you that are on my other platforms, those of you on Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, after I cut off the camera, so you guys can see me. So after I turn off the camera, I'm going to allow Clubhouse to ask questions based on what I talk about. So right now the feature is cut off, but I will turn it back on after I'm finished talking on the other platforms that I wanted to include you all. This is the first time broadcasting from Clubhouse. And so once again, I wanted to introduce myself. This is a platform. Hi, Grace. But this is a platform in which I discuss those that have been victimized or those that may have heard the term. Hey, Alex. May have heard the term narcissism or narcissistic personality disorder or narcissistic abuse. And I talk about domestic violence, but domestic violence on the, when we're talking about domestic violence, we're talking about a particular type of domestic violence called narcissistic abuse by individual. Hi, Amber. By individuals that possibly have narcissistic personality disorder. Good evening, everybody. And so I'm on other platforms. Hi, Brittany. Hey, Sherelle. Hi, Miss Ellie. How are you doing? All these beautiful women. You guys are some gorgeous women. I get to see you guys' face, so I can see a lot of faces on Clubhouse. And so I disabled the hand raising app just for right now, the opportunity to raise hands, only because I'm on other platform. Hi, Portia. Because I'm on another platform. But those of you guys that are on my YouTube, those of you that are listening on Instagram, on Periscope, once I'm finished on that platform, I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to turn the hand raising portion back open for Clubhouse. So if you guys actually want to ask me questions, if you come over to Clubhouse, I actually get to hear you talk to me. And so for right now, I just wanted to go in. Most of you guys that have been on my other platforms know who I am, know what I talk about. I talk about narcissistic personality disorder. Hey, Tasha. I talk about narcissistic personality disorder. And a lot of people have been in a relationship with people that have narcissistic personality disorder and don't realize it. And those of you that have been in abuse or domestic violence, sometimes what you don't know is that the individual that you're involved with may have an NPD, what we call NPD. Okay, so most of you guys have also been in a relationship where you just can't figure out there's something very different in this type of relationship than any other relationship that you have been in. It's almost like you cannot get out of this. It's almost like you are addicted to this individual. But first of all, let me explain to you what narcissistic personality disorder is. And a lot of you that are new subscribers on my YouTube channel or my other platforms, those of you that are new may not have ever heard the first videos that I put out. I have 300 or 400 videos on YouTube where you can go educate yourself on what is it like to be in a relationship with a narcissist. Now, a narcissistic personality disorder, which is clinical terminology from the DSM, which is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders. So it's psychiatric disorders, which is the DSM-5. And narcissistic personality disorder, from a clinician's standpoint, when we learn about this in therapy, we learn about it from a perspective of treatment. We learn assessment, treatment, diagnosis, treatment, and we learn it from a diagnosis and a treatment perspective. But most people do not teach about how these individuals conduct themselves and how they interact with family and friends, and how insidious this type of abuse is. And with these individuals, it's not just the fact that you're dealing with a person that is arrogant, that is all into themselves. You know, this is way beyond, hey Brittany, this is way beyond just an abusive, arrogant type of individual. This is actually a personality disorder, is a mental disorder. And before DSM-5 came out, where they integrated all of the diagnoses together, where you give diagnoses, they used to separate it, and it's called axis. Hey Gina, I'm sorry, but they used to separate it by axis. And so what we used to treat, what most mental health providers or counselors treat, is what we would call the axis 1 diagnosis. Axis 1 is where you find anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder, PTSD, autism, bipolar disorder, those type of things. Then we're taught in school that if you look at the axis 2 are personality disorders. And we have been taught, when you are in school, when you are in graduate school, you're taught that an axis 2 personality disorder cannot be treated. It cannot be healed. It cannot be treated. So what we would treat is, because a person with narcissism may also have PTSD. A lot of them have post-traumatic stress, depression, anxiety. So we treat that, but the personality disorder itself cannot be treated. It is not treatable. And with that personality disorder, they're called a narcissistic personality disorder. Come on, y'all, help me out. You have the A, B, and C, but it is a personality disorder, and is come on, you guys, help me out. Help me out over here where I can read. Come and give it to me again. But it is class B, come on. It is considered, come on, y'all, help me out. Because I'm getting excited. I'm getting ahead of myself. So there you go. Thank you so much, Riga. It is called a cluster B personality disorder. In the cluster B personality disorders they cannot be treated. It cannot be treated. So cluster B personality disorders are not the personality disorder period can be treated. But narcissistic personality disorder is a cluster B personality disorder, and they're called the dramatic personality disorder. You will find narcissistic personality disorder, you'll find those with borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and also what's called antisocial personality disorder, also known in the past as psychopath or sociopathic disorders. And those disorders all have similarities to each other. When I sit in a clinical setting and I'm dealing with people and I'm doing assessments, a lot of times the disorder falls into each other. So it has pieces and parts of the other disorders. And normally the first thing that I see is borderline personality disorder until I begin to pay attention and the symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder begins to manifest itself. Now, what we have, you guys hear about it all the time, you have we call them narcissists, but the actual word is narcissistic personality disorder. But for the purpose of the conversation, we call them narcissists. A narcissist is an individual that is either very arrogant, it's almost like a defense mechanism turned inside. And usually how this personality disorder develops is something traumatic has happened. And a lot of people think that because a person may have been parented very well, they were a golden child, they were, put on a high horse, the parents treated them like they were but there's abuse when it comes to children, because when you're being raised by a narcissistic parent or you're raised like that, you're not taught to have empathy. A person that has narcissistic personality disorder lacks empathy. They don't have empathy. And the way that they get people, the way they get their needs met is they trick people. They trick people, and it's what's called trauma bonding. They love bomb you, and they love bomb you so good that you feel good about yourself. What they do is they get to know you in order to mirror you. They get to know you and they watch what you do. They watch what you talk about. And for most women, we know that we talk too much. And so when we start talking, we begin to tell them all the things that is in our heart. And they're good listeners. And all of a sudden you notice you start saying things like, this is my soulmate. I've never had anybody love me like this or talk to me or listen to me. I've never felt this way before, because 9 times out of 10 you have disclosed a lot of hurts and pains, and what you're doing is you're laying out a game plan. You're laying out a chessboard, and you're showing them what role that they need to play in your life. And so they listen to you to see what you have to say, where are the holes and the gaps or the hurts in your life, and they begin to mirror you. A lot of you say, I've met this person and they're my twin flame, my soulmate. They understand me. They're just like me. Oh my gosh, I've never felt this way. It's the best sex I've ever had. Now, some of you guys disagree. It was the worst sex you ever had, and you can't even figure out why you stayed with this individual for so long. But for some reason, this person just reminds you of you, because what they do when they present themselves to you, whatever person that they were attached to previously, they don't have their own personality. They don't have, it's almost like Build-A-Bear. Or if you guys remember that movie, I can't think of the movie where that creature collected pieces and parts of people and created themselves. A narcissist will pick people that will meet their agenda. If you're beautiful and it fits their agenda, if you're wealthy or if you got money, or if you got a job, or you got friends, they covet what you have. There's something about you that they want, and usually it's something about your personality that they want. And as well as I know, you can't take over and take hostage somebody's personality. But what they do is if you look at the cycle of narcissistic abuse, the cycle is the love bomb, the idealization. Then it's the what is it? You guys, come on! I taught you guys. It's the idealization. Then it's the not the discard. The discard is usually last, but it's the circle. So it's the idealization. The idealization, where they put you on this pedestal, you can't do no wrong. There's nothing that you can do. You are the perfect person. You are the person that I've always looked for. They make you feel good about yourself. Every hole that you have, if you have a low self-esteem, or even if you're kind of arrogant and you one of those, boss ladies, they'll pick out even if you're really arrogant, they'll pick out that arrogance and play into that arrogance. So some people, I was a strong woman. I was a strong man, before I met this narcissist. Well, they played on your pride. slide. They stroked your ego, devalue. There you go. So it's the idealization, devalue, and discard stage. And in that idealization stage, there's nothing you can do wrong. They stare at you. But see, it's called the narcissistic stare. They stare at you. And you think it's just the most beautiful stare. Oh my gosh, they're studying me. They love me. I've never had anybody just pay so much attention. Well, they're not actually staring at you, that narcissistic stare. They're not staring at you because of the fact that they think you're so wonderful. They're staring at you because of the fact that they're studying you. These are predators, y'all. These individuals that have this personality disorder, these are predators, and they're studying you. They're studying how you talk, how you act, how you walk, what is your mannerism, how you hold your face, and then they copy you. They actually mirror you. And so the very first time when you meet them, 9 times out of 10, you fall in love with the last person that they were with. So you're falling in love with the old supply because they don't really know what you're like yet. And so when they present themselves to you, all the good aspects or all the good things about that last supply, they present it to you. So in actuality, you begin to fall in love with the old supply, the last person that they were with. And as they study you, as they talk to you, as they mirror you, then all of a sudden they pick up your traits. They begin to mirror and give it back to you, and you begin to talk, and you begin to tell them your hurts. You begin to tell them what role they need to play in your life. If you're the type of person that you don't like to be alone, or I don't want no man cheating on me, or I hate when a woman has no job or doesn't have everything that you say to them, they begin to pick that and they begin to play the role. So now you think you have this perfect person. Oh my God, I've never met anybody like this individual. After a while, though, a narcissist will grow tired of you. What happened is that thrill, you lost your new leather smell. So you remember, you guys, when you got that brand new car and it had that brand new leather smell, and I'm going to tell you a secret, that's not actually a leather smell, that's actually a glue smell, that's a factory glue smell, but that new leather smell starts kind of fading. Well, a narcissist grows bored very easily. And a narcissist, the only way that they can feed that ego is they need somebody, because now you're starting to realize that some of the things that they presented to you is not real. Some of the stuff that mask starts to slip off, and you begin to realize that what they presented to you is actually not real. They can't hold up that facade. They cannot hold up that image. And all of a sudden you start noticing that that picture that they drew for you and how they made you feel, and all of a sudden you start noticing that, okay, everything that you presented to me is really not real. It's not really. And all of a sudden they start looking at you, and you're not as perfect as they thought you were. You were this perfect person, and they start looking at you, and they found out when you wake up in the morning, your breath stink. Okay, but now you've messed them up because you were perfect. There's no possible way that you're not perfect. And you start doing things, but the main thing is when you start discovering, or you start noticing that you start holding them accountable, all of a sudden they begin to disvalue you. Normally you've been disvalued throughout that time when they were love bombing you anyway. That love bomb is so good, it just opens up all your emotions. It opens up all your emotions. You got a factory glue smell, but they open up all that emotion. They open up all these things where you really think that you're in love with this person. But the thing about it is, it's a one way. You are actually in a relationship with a person that's not in a relationship with you. And what they're doing is they always have to have supply. They have to have a source of fuel. When we talk about fuel, what fuel is that feeling that you make them feel like they are empowered. Their thing is you bow down to them, and you don't literally bow down to them, but you have elevated them that they're the best thing since sliced bread. And the moment you start making them feel like they're making mistakes and you're a liar and something is wrong with you, they feel slighted. That's a narc injury. So they have to find someone else that doesn't know anything about them to make them feel empowered. Now, another thing that's a part of that is called trauma bonding. Trauma bonding, for many of you that know or don't know, trauma bonding is very similar to the Stockholm syndrome, where an individual can, and especially a narcissist, will take you to the heights. They make you feel wonderful and make you feel good about yourself. Boy, the sex is off the chain. You swinging off of chandeliers. You Tarzan in the bedroom, and all of a sudden you realize they're mechanical. It's almost like you're with an android. The hug doesn't feel right. You're starting to notice things that you didn't notice before. The hug doesn't feel genuine. When they look at me, it looks like I'm looking into an empty soul. The sex is very mechanical. Ladies, let me tell you something. The power of sex is in the woman, because we can put our bras on and the breasts come up under our chin, and boy, we can have cleavage for days, and big booty and a pretty smile, whatever, because the sex is in the power of the woman, but choice is in the power of the man. And the thing about it is that a narcissist has probably already watched you on social media, has watched you to see what you talk about. They look at your pictures to see what you like, what is important to you. You have been stalked. And when you get with this individual, you can almost guarantee that is the worst relationship it'll wreck. Some of you can look at your pictures from back before you met that narcissist, and you can look at your picture now. You look haggard, you look dried out, your skin is not even glowing anymore. You either gained a lot of weight and you look bloated, or you lost a lot of weight and you look like Skeletor. Well, you have to remember that when you're dealing with a narcissist does not have the capacity to connect with you the way that you're connecting with them. They don't connect with you like that. For many of you guys, you get upset and you're like, but I felt it, and I knew what I felt, and when it was good, it was good, and when it was bad, it was bad. You have the capacity of having empathy. That's the beauty behind most of you guys. You have the capacity to have empathy, to feel love and feel attachment to people. Narcissists do not look at relationships, nor do they look at their own children as I love them. They look at you and their children as an extension of them. And what can you supply? A brand new baby is fuel for a narcissist. But some of you guys don't realize that narcissist, there are other things that may be going on in that narcissist. Now, I'm not saying that every person that has narcissistic personality disorder is also a pedophile, but some of you guys don't realize that some of them do have the paraphilic. It's called paraphilic disorder. And that's a part that in that circle, in that umbrella of that word, if you go look it up, pedophilia is a part of that. Some of them are actually predators, and they look at their children as an extension of themselves. So to have sex with their child to them is okay, because that child is property. That child belongs to me, and whatever way I got to get this child traumatically bonded to me, I will do it. Now, I'm not saying all of them do it. But a high percentage of a lot of people that I talk to, children has been violated by a narcissist. Now, those that have not been violated by a narcissist, the same love bombing they did to you, they do to the children. And a child is too young to understand what is happening to them, because all they know is, I love both of my parents. I love my mother. I love my father. They don't understand. And a child is mentally not capable of handling that type of trauma bonding. Trauma bonding is when they're able to take you, 1 minute they have you on high, you're the most beautiful thing since sliced bread, I love you and there's no one else besides you, and the next minute, I hate you, you're the worst thing. Everything that was a positive attribute, everything that caused them to love you or supposedly love you, everything that actually was that they put you on a pedestal for when you were in that idealization stage. If you notice, everything that they say to you is everything that they loved about you 1 minute, and now everything they hate about you, because of the fact a narcissist is a very jealous individual. These individuals have a very low self-esteem about themselves. So when you see them, they create this facade that I'm the most beautiful, I'm the most intelligent, there is no one as intelligent as me, not even you. A lot of them listen to language and pick up language. If you're a doctor, they'll pick up the language of the doctor, so when they turn around and talk to people within that same group, you'll swear that they know what they're talking about. You can be a lawyer, you can be anything that you see on social media that you guys advertise, they'll watch you to see what the language is. They pick up the language and you'll swear that they know what they're talking about. And in actuality, when hindsight is 2020, when you look back at it, they didn't know anything that they were talking about, nothing at all, and they had no qualifications. Now, let's talk about this. There's also what you call an overt narcissist and a covert. There are different classes and specifications. And this is not stuff that you're going to find in textbook, because a lot of it, what I do is I take clinical information and then I look at it's called popular psychology. And what I found is when I work with people, you take popular psychology and you use the language like flying monkeys. And we'll talk about that later on different platforms. Flying monkeys. And you talk about gaslighting. That's a lot of what they do. It's a lot of the lingo when you're talking about it. For example, word salad. That's another term, word salad. Word salad in the world of narcissism is when they, that wordplay. You say something, they use a bunch of words, the wordplay. In actuality, in the world of the clinical world, in psychology, the land of psychology, when you're talking about word salad, what it is referring to is someone that has a psychotic disorder, possibly. When they have, like, for example, schizophrenia, when they have this word salad and you don't understand what they're saying, that, the word rhymes and the word. So that is actually what word salad is in the world of clinical in psychology. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, word salad is when they wordplay. So you're having a conversation or argument and you're talking about apples, and by the time you through talking, you're totally confused because now you're talking about football. And anytime you confront, you can say something as simple as, hey, did you call so-and-so? So what you saying? So you see what I'm saying? You're always accusing me of something. You're always accusing, and you're thinking like, what in the world? How did this conversation get to this? You're always trying. And if you listen to how they argue with you and the ugly things that they say to you, they project onto you. A lot of stuff that they're saying to you is things that they feel about themselves. But most people don't even realize that they're in a relationship with a narcissist. People just know, okay, I know abuse. I know I'm being abused and this is abusive, but this is a whole different type of abuse. It's like I'm totally addicted to an individual. Remember, a narcissist cannot be addicted to an individual. A narcissist is addicted to fuel. And what fuel is that feeling of, what's the word, that ego boost, that feeling that I'm empowered, that I can make you cry and at the same time I can make you smile. That's that trauma bonding where you are literally addicted to this narcissist. And then when they leave, when they discard you, sometimes they discard you and there is no reason why they discard you. A lot of times they discard you because, number one, you've given out so much. Now you're holding them accountable. So you are bad supply now, because you're asking too many questions. You're holding me accountable. You're making me responsible in this relationship. And it's as simple as, when you're going to get a job and start paying bills. See what I'm talking about? You never give a brother a chance. You see what I'm talking about? You never give a sister a chance. And then a lot of things, it's crazy making, that gaslighting as well. Gaslight, that crazy making. You feel like you're crazy in the relationship. You're starting to question your own reality. Now, I know I just asked a regular human being, a grown man or a grown woman needs to go get a job to help pay bills. But every time I ask the question, I feel like I'm crazy for asking the question. Feels like I've lost. Some of you guys have literally said, I feel like I've lost my mind. Some of you even feel suicidal. And the crazy thing is if you commit suicide, that is the highest level of fuel that they'll get, because to them, they see themselves as a god. Now, some of them won't say it, but they see themselves, you do what I tell you to do. Some of them isolate you. Well, all of them, they isolate you and make you feel like that people that have value in your life and can tell you, those people that can tell you that something is not right, are the people that they will vet you against. They'll get you to argue against. When they start looking for new supply, is not because something is wrong with you, it's because something is right with you. You woke up and you started holding a person accountable that is not going to take accountability for anything. Have you ever noticed when they apologize to you, the apology isn't genuine? It's almost like you apologize, but I don't even know what you apologize for. They don't take accountability for anything. They take accountability for anything. And I know I'm going to reset the room over here in Clubhouse. Thank you guys so much for being here. The only reason why I turned off the hand raising ability just for right now is because I'm also on other platforms. I'm on YouTube right now. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on Periscope and on both of my Facebook pages. But after I'm finished broadcasting to these other platforms, when I turn it off, I'm going to turn the hand raising back on in the Clubhouse, so that if you want to ask me questions, you are welcome to ask me questions. And those of you that do not know me, my name is Dr. Carmen Bryant. I am the host of Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. And my niche is talking to really, and I know some of you guys don't want me to say it over here on my other platforms. And I understand, because I do have men that have been through abuse. My niche is at my niche is actually, thank you, Just Real. My niche is actually working with women that are coming out of domestic violence. And the particular domestic violence that I focus on is narcissist abuse. And I am working on some things this year because I'm rebranding and doing things over. And so I have joined Clubhouse, and I wanted to come on just to have a conversation to give you guys an idea. And those of you that don't know me, you're welcome to go to YouTube. There are also 300 or 400 videos on there where I talk about narcissist abuse. And if you have ever been in this type of relationship, or you think you may have been, or even if you think your parents have been sometimes you come out of a household that your parents were narcissists, and you didn't even know it. You didn't even know that you were being raised by narcissists. All you know is I don't understand why my mother competes with me all the time. I don't understand why my father treated me like that. I don't understand. I just don't feel loved by my parents. When I hug my mother, when I hug my father, it didn't even feel genuine. I didn't feel protected. I didn't feel safe. It felt like I was being used and abused. It felt like I don't understand. Some of you guys were in homes that had parents that had narcissist abuse. And some of you guys are actually empaths. You hear the word all the time, but some people don't even know what an empath is. Some of you guys are empath, very highly sensitive individuals that have been just as traumatized as the narcissist was. Some of you may know people that have been so traumatized that they ended up developing narcissistic personality disorder. And some of you guys went to the other end of the spectrum where you are so highly sensitive that you don't understand. You can actually walk into a room and see, most people spiritualize everything, but empaths, you guys are chemically structured that way. You are chemically actually created that way. Just like a narcissist is a person where the defense mechanism turned inside out. For you guys, you have been so wounded and so traumatized that what ended up happening is you became empathetic, and it's a chemical. Some of you guys can come into a room and you can feel the room. You can feel, the energy in that room. You can almost hear the voices that were left over in the room. You can tell when somebody has talked about you. When you get around the people, you can almost sense, like this person is not, I don't know what it is about this individual, but I just feel the pain. Some of you guys absorb the pain. You don't understand why. Some of you got highly sensitive children, and so you don't understand, why do I feel this way? Why do I hear this? Why do I hear all this chatter in my head? Some of you guys actually. And there is a sensory disorder. There is sensory disorders that, like autism is a sensory disorder. But some of you guys you guys are so sensitive that you can actually taste colors. You can taste colors. When you hear music, you can see the music. So you actually start seeing music. You see what I mean? And so a lot of you guys have been in this, and sometimes a lot of you have been in relationships with narcissists and don't even realize it. You don't even realize that you were in a relationship with a narcissist. And now all you know is that there's something terribly wrong. No, they cannot change. They will not change. And yes, people have asked me, but so you mean to tell me that God can't change them? Well, I'm just letting you know, for those that have asked that question, God can change anybody he wants to change if they want to change. But a lot of us, we're so adamant about staying with this individual, and I can see the goodness in them. When was the last time you knew, ladies and gentlemen alike, a man is not a project? You don't get a man that's a project where you have to build him. Bishop R.C. Blake said, don't ever be with a man that has no vision. If you're with a man that has no vision, it's not your responsibility to give him vision. He should have vision. And then ladies, a lot of you guys think that and I'm just talking to who I'm talking to. If I'm not talking to you, I'm not talking to you. But a lot of times women think that their value comes from what their relationship status is. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a fiance. So a lot of times you have been taught that your value comes to who you're connected to. But you have value for yourself. And if you are a high value woman, you have to understand your value. And once you understand your value, not only understand your value, but understand the trauma that you may have come to. Some of you guys wonder, how do I keep pulling these toxic individuals into my life? Well, you got to think, you have become a beacon. So a lot of times you have these wounds in your heart. Your heart is broken. You have been through some things in your life. You have been abused, misused. Some of you guys have been sexually violated as kids, as children. And so your concept of love and respect is totally different than what the average person is. You don't see relationships and then you wonder, how did I ended up getting with someone that has abused me so deep? Dr. C, I really love this person. And you probably did. You really love this person, but you were tricked into the relationship. They tricked you into the relationship. They told you everything that you wanted to hear. They told you everything that your heart desired and your broken heart wanted to hear. everything that you wanted to hear, only to find out that it was the biggest lie you ever been in. And now you're looking back, I've got children by this person and they act like I don't even exist. They've gotten with a new person as if we never had a relationship. Some of you guys have been married 15, 20, 10, 30. I think the longest person was 40 years of marriage to discover that this individual had NPD, was a narcissist, and that they never loved you. And of course, when you are heartbroken and you're in that cognitive dissonance where you're trying to figure out, you know the truth, but you're in denial and you won't accept it, listen to the things that you're saying. When you start justifying their behavior, you got to stop justifying their behavior. You have a lot of worth inside of you. And when you keep justifying, well, you don't, I had one lady tell me, well, you know what? I'm just not going to leave. When a person is sick or when a person is struggling like that, you just don't leave. You don't just leave them and they're hurting like that. But you know what? If you stay in the relationship, they don't mind you killing yourself or you slowly start dying. And when you slowly start dying, see, 21 years, but when you slowly start dying inside of yourself, you begin to question your own self. You begin to question your own value. You begin to question, what can I do? What can I not do? And some of you guys are in a situation where you really can't leave. You don't have the money to leave. But I'm gonna tell you something. One thing that I have found out, and I found out on Clubhouse, is for those of you that don't, if you got an iPhone, I highly encourage you guys to get on Clubhouse up here on my YouTube and on my other social medias. If you don't have Clubhouse, I highly recommend you guys go to Clubhouse. Look at the people that I follow and then go look at the group. You will be surprised and amazed at the power of a woman, the power of your pain. I was on one platform earlier today and it was talking about, I think it was turning your pain into a business or using your pain to turn it into a business. I have it written somewhere. It was powerful because a lot of people have been through a lot. Some of you guys, number one, you got to understand when you've been through pain and hurt in your life, either you're going to be bitter or you're going to get better. You can look at your every tear that you've cried, every heartbreak, every person that has wounded you. You can use that as a seed in the ground. And you can, yes, Clubhouse is an app. You go to the app store, put in Clubhouse. If you have an iPhone, and download it to your phone. But if every tear that you ladies have cried, every pain that you have ever been through, there is somebody in this world that is waiting for you to wake up, or is waiting for you to tell your story, is waiting they want to hear how did you make it? What did you do to survive? And I've listened to women where they've taken their heartache and made it into a business. You need to, you know what? We need to create a Thank a Hater Day. Thank a Hater Day, and the person who has abused you, you can use that pain and you can monetize it. Monetize that, because you don't have to live in pain all the time. You don't have to live. Let me take my earrings off. I'm sorry to my Clubhouse people. My earring is hitting on my microphone. I apologize. But you can take that pain and you can use that as a seed in the ground to make profit. You don't have to be where you are at. You are bigger than where you are and you are bigger than your experience. But I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys momentarily before I switch over to Clubhouse. So if you guys are not on Clubhouse, I encourage you guys that once I turn the camera off, come on over to Clubhouse, because I'm going to open up the floor for them to actually ask me questions. So if you guys want to ask me questions. Now, let me tell you guys something over here on YouTube. To my family over here on YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, and over here on Instagram. Now, some of y'all like to tell long stories. Listen, we ain't got all year. Now, if you're going to tell a long story, I need you to ask the question. Just ask me a question and I'll answer the question. Let's try to because a lot of you guys want counseling and a lot of you guys want to do counseling and coaching. So you wanted me to answer a lot of questions concerning counseling and coaching and emotional. That's not what I'm opening the floor for. What I'm saying is I'm going to open up the floor with you guys, because if you need more information about narcissist abuse, I want you guys to be able to ask me questions about that. And so I'm just going to take about 10 minutes. If just be real, give me 10 minutes to answer some questions on these platforms, and then I'm going to switch over to Clubhouse so that the ladies here, the gentlemen ladies here, can ask me questions if they would like to. So did you accept? I don't know where you at. Just be real. You don't have to. There's no accept on here. All you have to do is find me and just follow me. So if you go on Clubhouse, just find my name. It's under Overcoming Narcissism. I think I'm under, hold on, let me look. I am under Carmen Bryant. And when you hit Carmen Bryant, all you have to do is just follow me. And when you follow me, you'll see whenever I stream live. But if you guys give me 10 minutes, Just give me some questions. Give me 10 minutes. Just be real. And I'm going to answer some questions on this platform over here. And then I'm going to switch over to Clubhouse, where if anybody here on Clubhouse has any questions, I open up the floor where you're welcome to ask me whatever you like to ask me. Just don't ask me my weight, and don't ask me, my weight and my size and stuff like that. But other than that, you can ask me whatever you want. Yes, whatever you want, you can ask me. So you guys go ahead, give me 10 minutes. Let me answer some questions. Okay, well, if you following me, just go on there. You'll see me on there when you go. So just give me 10 minutes, and then ladies, I will open it up on Clubhouse. You can ask me whatever you would like to ask me. No, it's not a .com, it's an app. So if you have an iPhone, you have to go and look at Clubhouse in the iPhone app, and then you can download it on your phone. Thank you so much for buying my book, Miss Bonnie. And those of you that are here, I do have a book. It's called Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. And that is about ladies. If you look in there, it's about people that have had experiences with a narcissist and what it looked like and what their thoughts were and why they stayed so long. They couldn't understand, and they were how humiliated they were, how embarrassed and humiliated they were. And so thank you so much for buying the book. Thank you. I'm glad you're opening up so many people's eyes, Dr. Carmen. So important to do. Thank you, Bibi. I appreciate it. Thank you, Victoria. I appreciate it. Sorry, just got back. Several Clubhouse apps. Which one? The Clubhouse app. You guys give me a minute. Let me show you. The Clubhouse app looks like this. Let me show you. So the Clubhouse app, it looks like this. It is a African-American man. If you guys see it, Clubhouse app looks like that. So download that. I don't know if you can see it real good. That's the Clubhouse app. So those of you guys, this is the Clubhouse app. So you guys go on the Clubhouse app and download it, and you'll have it. You can come talk to me. Now, don't get on y'all. Don't come. Hey, listen to all my beautiful people, my tribe members up here on YouTube. Y'all, you guys know the rules now. Don't come over here and start cutting up. Don't come over here and start cutting up, because the people over here in Clubhouse do not know you guys. Okay, so when you come over here, don't get in here and act new and start asking me all sorts of therapeutic questions. You guys ask me questions pertaining to narcissism, and let me hear from you guys. So you let me know my time, okay, just for real, so I can switch over to Clubhouse so they can ask questions. Why are narcissists so controlling? Because of the fact that it is called domestic violence. Narcissists, that's domestic violence, and domestic violence is power and control. And narcissists want to be in control, and they do want to be worshipped. They want you to believe everything that they say, Besides, they know everything and they know nothing. And it's a part of domestic violence. It's the part of the domestic narcissist abuse is domestic violence. It just so happens that the particular domestic violence you're talking about is perpetrated by someone that has narcissistic personality disorder. Now, one thing, keep it professional. But one thing to remember is that when you're dealing with a person that has, a lot of you can't go into the court. When you go into the courtroom, you can't go in there and claim someone as a narcissist, because the judge or the lawyers are going to look at you like, okay, what professional degree do you have, and when did you do an assessment of this individual? However, one thing that I can tell you, you guys are your best expert. So when you get to know, what you're dealing with, and you've experienced it firsthand, nobody can tell you that you did not go through what you went through. And a lot of times we deal with family and we deal with friends that tell you, okay, just get over it. This is a different type of dynamic. You're literally trauma bonded. So you are literally addicted to an individual. Your oxytocin is all over the place. And ladies, just to let you guys know, ladies and gentlemen, oxytocin is the chemical that is released, for example, when you have a baby, and that oxytocin is released and you're breastfeeding the baby. And that's what causes that connection, that bond. Is also a chemical that's released when it comes to addictions, like drug addictions. Then you got to remember your dopamine and serotonin is all off. This is what that narcissist stimulates. This is how you become you traumatically bonded to this individual. And then it's almost like a drug addiction, where you get out of the relationship and it's almost like your whole body is having withdrawals. So even though you know in your mind that you shouldn't be with this individual, is almost like, I can't help it. Even if even if it's a negative word, I just have to be with this individual. Even if they cuss me out, I just have to hear their voice. You are literally it's like the chemicals are low on you and you need that hit. Just like that narcissist, they're not addicted to people, they're addicted to fuel. Okay, so you guys remember that. They're addicted to fuel, they're not addicted to people. So, okay, let's look. Said, hello, First Sergeant. I turned your podcast up so loud so these narcs can hear your voice. They scattering like roaches. Thank you, Cedric. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hello, you guys. Okay, any questions? I don't write long. If you write really long, I can't read everything. And remember, I'm going to switch over to Clubhouse so I can have a conversation over here. So you guys got any questions? Let's look. My ex-narc has not seen our daughter for 2 years, but picks up our boys. She's suffering and acting out. What can I do? You need to get counseling. You got to get into counseling. How do you get to your room in Clubhouse? Not showing. Just put my name in there. Just put Carmen Bryant in there. Put Carmen Bryant or Overcoming Narcissist Abuse, and then go look at. You can go look at. My room should be up, so you guys should see my room. I'm talking right now, so you guys should see my room. Just look for Carmen Bryant. This all makes so much sense. Thank you, Carla. Well, hello, Queen Mercedes, my daughter's name. How are you doing? Yes, you can get addicted to them. It's very destructive. Absolutely. What can I do? It's like he's attacking my spirit. You need to get into counseling. You need to get into counseling with a counselor that understands the abuse by narcissist. Why are narcs parents so come? Okay, I don't understand that question. Am I safe after narcissist gets out of jail for assaulting me? You might want to go and get you a no contact order. You might want to go talk to someone in the domestic violence program, and or when they release them, you need to go get you a no contact order. I would never underestimate a narc. 5 minutes? Okay. I never underestimate a narcissist. Never ever underestimate. Can you please add me? The room is private. Is it private? Oh, go to hold on a minute, guys. If you know what? Because I'm broadcasting under Women in Business. Go look. Go WOMXN in business. Go look for this right here, guys. Go look for this right here. Women in Business. And then join them, and when you join them, you'll see me because I'm broadcasting in Women in Business. But this is how it's spelled. It's probably backwards on here. Go look for this right here, and then join that, and then look for my name. You guys, when you go on Clubhouse, go look for Women in Business, this one right here. Join that group right there, and when you join that group, you'll see me. You'll see me broadcasting. You guys okay? You guys over here? I hope you guys okay over here in Clubhouse. Hopefully this is making sense. I'm coming to you. Give me 5 minutes. I'm coming to you. Let's see. Narcissism is an uncharted territory. Absolutely. They're still studying it. Narcissists, they're still studying it. So they're still studying going at you. It's private still? It's still private? Are you sure? Are you beautiful one? Did you follow me? Are you beautiful one? Did you follow me? If you follow me, I might be able to invite you. But let's look. So yes, those of you that are looking for counseling, some of you guys need counseling, not coaching. Some of you need counseling because this right here is a totally different type of abuse. And a lot of you actually have PTSD. Some of you actually have PTSD. You are following me, beautiful one. What is your name under mine? Beautiful one, what is your name under Clubhouse so I can look for you? But some of you guys actually need counseling because some of you guys are actually going through PTSD and you don't even know it. Some of you guys are depressed. Some of you guys are overeating. Some of you guys are undereating. Some of you guys are struggling. Some of you guys are really struggling. And what I encourage you to do, if you go look up betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, they will give you a 10% discount by using that link. It is a sponsored link. So I do make commission off of it. At the same time, though, you can go and vet counselors. When you vet counselors, you let them know when you're looking for a counselor, ask them, do you understand PTSD? Do you understand the aftermath of domestic violence? Do you understand parental alienation? Do you understand, ask them if they understand narcissist abuse. Ask them if they understand narcissist abuse. And if they understand narcissist abuse, ask them, do you understand what the aftermath is? There's nothing wrong with you, beautiful one. Did you see that? Let me see if I can invite you. But not beautiful one, I'm sorry. But hold on just a minute. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can invite you. I don't quite know how to invite you out. Okay, beautiful one, check this out. When I open up the mic where people can talk to me here on Clubhouse, I'm going to ask them because I'm not sure how to invite you to business and women in business. So I don't know how to add you into that. Let me look. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me find you. Hold on, Barbette. Haha. I think I found you, but I'm not sure. Okay. Barbette. I don't know how to add you. It's not letting me add you, so I'm not quite sure how to do it. Are you in there? Because I'm trying, it's not letting me nominate you. Okay, nominate as many Clubhouse people as you like, as long as they're following. You are following me, Barbette, right? Barbette, is this you? Is this you? So, what's the next question? Let's look. What's the next question? Let's see. What's the next question? Any more questions? Tamara said, I'm struggling. I can't think straight. It's very imperative that you get into counseling. It's very imperative that you get into counseling. Go to counseling. Get into a good counselor to work with the grief and loss process. Get into good counseling. Can't get to Clubhouse. What app look like? Because open, but it's an African American man with little dreads. The app looks like this. That's what the app looks like. So you guys come on in there. See it? Why are narcs so competitive? Think about what you're asking. Why would they be competitive? A person that is competitive is a person that has a ping you? I don't know how to ping you. Okay, hold on. Let me figure out how to ping you. I'm gonna figure this out. But a person that is competitive is a person that has a low self-esteem about themselves. They're not even competing with you. They're competing with themselves. And so you got to be careful. Let me look. Okay, I don't know how to ping you. It's still new to me. I'll figure it out. Beautiful one, I'll figure it out. Just give me a minute when I open up the mic, and then I can ask some of the ladies here how to get you in here. It didn't open to you. Go to Women in Business. Go look up WOMXN in business. And when you get in there, you should see it pop up. But so many people have no idea when it comes to narcs. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Putting God first helps you. That's good. It's not allowing anyone to ping. You ping with the plus. Oh, look at you. Thank you. Here we go. I pinged you. There you go. She's in there now. You in there like swimwear. Look at you. I got you. There she go. You in there. Got you. All righty. So let's see. Do you have a video on chemical reactions and trauma bonding? I do. Yes, ma'am, I do. I have over 300-400 videos in my YouTube arsenal. If you go in there and look, I promise you, you're going to find something that relates to your situation. I broke up with mine who is in jail now for meth. Okay, when you guys write those big long statements, they scroll real fast so I can't see it. How do you get logged in if you keep getting the code and you still can't log in? I don't know. I'm not an expert yet. Is anyone else getting a message that says they'll text you when your account is ready? Oh, okay. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Show it again, please. Okay. Dr. C, I saw a therapist, and I will have my daughter get help since she is in the traits of my narc husband. Yes, if get them in as early as you possibly can. Get your children in as early as you possibly can. That's the app right there. Get your children in as early as they possibly can. They always have a pattern, it seems. Oh, yes. First of all, remember this. A lot of you guys say, why is it that it seems like narcissists have the same game plan? Like they have the same game plan, the same pattern. Think about this for a minute. Those of you that know people or may have children of your own that have autism, for example, that is called a I just said it a few minutes ago, but that is a disorder. It is oh, come on. I just said it a minute ago. But if you think about it, if you look at those individuals that have autism on the autism spectrum, they are oversensitive to sounds. They don't have the ability to self-regulate, and so they do things in order to self-regulate. And then, for example, let me think. It's called that's a sensory processing disorder. That's what autism is. But if you look at people that have autism, or if you look at people that have Down syndrome, they all look very similar, or they do very similar things. And individuals that have autism, for example, you have to learn how to help them regulate because they get overstimulated too quick. So they have very similar symptomology. Likewise, with a narcissist, if you look at the book, they all have the same symptomology. The difference is you have some that are drug addicts and alcoholics. You have some that may have paraphilia disorder, meaning that some of them are pedophiles, and they have a thing for children. You have some that are in the LGBTQ community. You have some, and be aware that wherever they need to get fuel from, they'll even pretend like they're homosexual or lesbian. And they'll pretend in order to get fuel. And then when you make a statement saying that me and this person is together, they will gaslight you and embarrass you or humiliate you, or even threaten to tell people, that number one, you're a liar. And in your mind, you're thinking like, I know this happened. You have those individuals that, you have narcissists that Black, white, Indian, believers, non-believers in the church. You see them over the pulpit. And once you start to recognize these symptoms, you'll begin to, the symptomology, and you begin to recognize it. It's not going to, Tasha said sometimes it takes time for Clubhouse to update new followers. So some of you guys, if you're having a problem getting in, Tasha said that sometimes it takes a minute for Clubhouse to update new members. Remember, it's still a new app, so I think they're getting overloaded a little bit. But listen, if you are new to the channel, Dr. Carmen will educate you on narcissism terminology and how to overcome narcissist abuse. Thank you, Uniquely Made. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That is true. I would do that. What is the most important thing we need to know about narcissists? Pay attention. Don't get into your emotions. Pay attention to the red flags. Sometimes you want people to tell you what a red flag is. And a lot of times people ask me, like, can you tell me if the person that I'm with is a narcissist? Well, number one, regardless whether they have narcissism or not, if you're in a toxic relationship or if you're in an abusive relationship, why are you there anyway? Now, I've heard people tell me that, I want to work it out with this individual. Whether they're a narcissist or not, why would you be in a toxic relationship? You have to have enough. Sometimes we don't have value as women for ourselves. We don't know our real value. We really, it's almost like we just pick whatever we can to be with. But the most important thing is, a lot of times red flags is not something that you say. Sometimes red flag is a feeling. Go with your gut instinct. I like watching true crime shows, and in crime shows, I was listening to this detective say that the way that he got hundreds and thousands of cases solved, he went by his gut instinct. And he said that sometimes when something doesn't feel right, when you get with a person and something doesn't feel right, or something about, I just don't like this person, but I can't put my finger on it. It's something about this person that doesn't make, I don't know what it is about this. That's your gut instinct. Go with it. And those of you that are believers, Holy Spirit trying to tell you something. So go with your gut instinct. Go with your knower, go with your shanana, go with the Holy Spirit, whatever it is you believe in. But that cringe, like, something's not right, go with that feeling. Don't be so quick. One thing you have to understand, opposites attract. But when you got a person, you're like, they understand me so well. We have so much in common. Oh my gosh, they like the same music I like. They drive the same car. That is not cute. That is planned out. That is a red flag. You don't want someone that's exactly like you. That is creepy. And then you have to remember, by the time a narcissist reaches out to you, they've already studied you. They've watched your social media. They've watched you. They probably rolled by your job. A lot of people stalk on social media now. They stalk on social media. So they've watched you. They see what your interest is. They see what your conversation is. They see what you do. And all they do is start to mirror you. And they start to mirror you to sound like you. And you are listening to them and like, this person knows me so well. No, they're mirroring you. They really don't know anything. They're mirroring you. So listen, To all my beautiful people here on YouTube, on Facebook, on Periscope, and on Instagram, I am getting ready to sign off. I'm going over to Clubhouse so I can open it up so they can actually have a conversation with me. If you guys would like to, come on over to Clubhouse. But I'm just telling some of you guys are my tribe members. You have been following me for almost 3 years now. Don't come over here acting brand new. Don't come over here and start giving me intake information and want me to give you a diagnosis. Come over here acting new. Now, Clubhouse is new. A lot of these ladies I have never met before. I'm getting ready to meet some of these ladies. You guys come on over here. You can ask me questions. I get to hear your voice. You get to hear my voice. Don't come over here acting brand new, though. So I'm getting ready to sign off, okay? I love you guys. You guys have a beautiful day. I just want you guys to know you can find me on Periscope, Clubhouse. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. Both of my Facebook pages, just be aware, I'm about to merge my 2 Facebook pages, so I'm only going to have one. So come on over to Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. You can find me on YouTube, Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. And you can find me on a lot of platforms. I'm everywhere. So if you guys just type me in, you will find me somewhere. So you guys are welcome to come and join me over on Clubhouse. I'm getting ready to turn off all the other social media. Come on over there. If you have not already, I do have a book called Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. You guys are welcome to. It is true stories about women who have been in relationships with narcissists. What it looks like, I promise you, you will find yourself. You will find yourself in that book. High-powered women of great power and influence. You know what they were taught, how they were not manipulated, but more how they were groomed as kids and handed right over to a narcissist. The abuse that their children have been through, and when they escaped, and you know how they felt ashamed. A lot of them felt ashamed for staying in the relationship so long, and some of them. What's my Clubhouse? It is Carmen Bryant. I'm under Carmen Bryant on Clubhouse. But also those of you, betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, it would provide you with a 10% discount for counseling. If you click it, you'll get a discount for clicking on my link. It is a sponsored site. Go look for a counselor to help you. Some of you guys need counseling, not coaching. I'm under Carmen Bryant. But some of you guys need counseling, not coaching. There's nothing. And you need an invite. So if you join me, let me know that you're here and I can invite you. I can ping you to the room. So you can join the Women in Business. Some of you guys are getting in there. Some of you guys are actually getting in there. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out with me. Just to let you guys know, 2021, I am changing some things. I am changing my look. I am changing some of the way that I do things. Those of you that have got coaching, if you want coaching, I am Dr. Carmen Bryant at Outlook.com. Be aware that I have been offering discounted rates probably for the last 2 years, but it's about to change this year. So if I highly recommend, if you want to get in with me, get in the discounted rate right now. We can do some coaching. If not, I want you guys to be aware within the next 30 days, I'm going to be offering my first course. So give me time. I'm working on that. I'm changing some things around. I want to thank each and every one of you. Those of you that have blessed me with this beautiful light ring. There's other people that have donated things to me to make sure that I'm going to be successful. And I hope that you guys are blessed and get it back in return. Those of you, the ring light, there's other things that have been provided to me. Some people don't want me to talk about. This hair was given to me and I created this beautiful unit. So thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate you guys. So I'm going over to Clubhouse. So you guys come on over to Clubhouse. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. You guys go be great. You guys go be great. Okay. I'm going over to Clubhouse. I'll see you guys over at Clubhouse.